The end of the year is quickly approaching, and with it is final season. This is my first season competing after my long break. If you're new here, I used to ride and compete when I was a teenager. After not being around horses for about 10 years, I decided to move from Jorvik City to Silverglade, where I'm around horses constantly. It was hard at first, but over time I got more comfortable and even started taking lessons again. And I progressed quickly. I think my foundation for my riding school days is a lot better than I thought. Maybe there's just something in the water here, or some magical bond that this island ties between its horses and riders. Honestly, I'm just super competitive and highly motivated by shiny ribbons. But in any event, I spent the summer learning and competing in so many different disciplines, enough to say that my absolute favorite is cross-country. Finding cross-country events on their own was a little tough. If I wanted to do cross-country, which I did, I would have to most likely also compete in show jumping and dressage, which I knew nothing about. Well, show jumping I knew, dressage was more my sister's speed. Between Shiloh and my riding team's trainers, Emrys and Alexis, they were able to help me get a grasp on the basics, enough to at least compete in some beginner events, and then intermediate, and now, finals. This season, I am participating in Jorvik Equestrian Sports Federation's Finals Series. This weekend, they are hosting the eventing finals over 2 days, and I will be competing. This is actually the second week of finals. Last week, I brought Muka to the dressage finals, where we took first. I legit still can't even believe it. It was so close. Only 3 points separated champion from reserve, which was about 1%. Muka did so well, and I wanted to keep him for this week too, but Shiloh needs him for an event at her riding school, and he is mostly her horse after all. So this weekend, I will be bringing Asrti, one of Fawn Lake's lesson horses I competed with a lot this season. It's only fitting to end the season together as well. We have been putting in the work to get these routines perfect. I have a few friends also competing, and I cannot wait to see them, and I'm just so excited to see how everyone does. This event is going to be held at Jorvik Stables and the Greendale Forest area, and it's going to last the whole weekend. So really early tomorrow morning, we'll start heading over to Jorvik Stables to give us plenty of time to get settled. They actually have a section of temporary stalls for the competitors, so we won't even need to sleep in the trailer, which is really nice. Tomorrow will be just dressage, and then Sunday we will do show jumping first before moving over to the Goldspurs property for cross country. I'm not sure how much I'll get to talk to you during the actual event, but I still wanted to bring you along for the ride and show you what it's like. Who knows, maybe I can inspire someone to give competing a try next season.
All right, riders, we're gonna go ahead and get started with check-ins. You are Mary Bean, riding MB, locked and loaded. Thank you, rider.
Our first rider will be Arya Mistwood, riding Intuition, and on deck, Montana Ravensong, riding SSO Luminescence. Rider, you may begin whenever you're ready. That was Arya Mistwood riding Intuition with a dressage vault score of 4.2. Our next rider will be Montana Ravensong riding SSE Luminescence, and on deck, Evelyn Holloway riding King of Holloway. That was Montana Ravensong riding SSE Luminescence with a dressage vault score of 41.4. Our next rider will be Evelyn Holloway riding King of Holloway, and on deck, Mary Bean riding MB Locked and Loaded. Riders, you can begin whenever you're ready. That was Evelyn Holloway riding King of Holloway with a dressage vault score of 40.2. Our final rider for this evening will be Mary Bean riding MB Locked and Loaded. That was Mary Bean riding MB Locked and Loaded with a dressage vault score of 27. So I have your tentative placings for day 1. In 6th place, Montana Ravensong riding SSE Luminescence. In 5th place, Evelyn Holloway riding King of Holloway. In 4th place, Mary Bean riding MB Locked and Loaded. In 3rd place, Royal White riding Early Morning Coffee. In 2nd place, Alexis Applecake riding AC Helicopter Joyride. And in 1st place, Arya Mistwood riding Intuition. Now remember, riders, these are all subject to change throughout the following phases tomorrow for show jumping and cross country. And I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great night.
Oh my gosh, I was so nervous that whole test, but so far so good. Asrti was a real champ out there and got me focused and back on the task at hand. I was so proud of her, and she did amazing in the arena. As we finish up each event, the placements will fluctuate based on how many penalties we all accrue. If you're used to dressage but not eventing, the scores may be a bit confusing. We still get our percentage score, but it gets calculated down into penalty points. Those penalties carry over to each event, and by the end, the person with the least amount of penalties after all 3 events is your winner. We're currently seated at first, but there's still 2 events to go tomorrow. I'm gonna finish getting Asrti settled for the night, go get some dinner with my friends, and I'll see you tomorrow for show jumping and cross country.
First up will be Arya Mistwood riding Intuition, and on deck, Montana Ravensong riding SSE Luminescence. Rider, you may begin whenever you're ready. Arya Mistwood riding Intuition with a show jumping time of 1 minute 16:37 and 0 calls. Our next rider, Montana Ravensong, riding SSC Luminescence, and on deck, Evelyn Holloway, riding King of Holloway. That was Montana Ravensong, riding SSC Luminescence with a show jumping time of 1:24.14 and 0 faults. Your next rider, Evelyn Holloway, riding King of Holloway, and on deck, Mary Bean, riding MB Locked and Loaded. Riders, you may begin whenever you're ready. That was Evelyn Holloway, riding King of Holloway with a show jumping time of 1:29.78 and 4 faults. Your final rider for show jumping this evening will be Mary Bean, riding MB Locked and Loaded. Riders, you can begin whenever you're ready. That was Mary Bean, riding MB Locked and Loaded with a show jumping time of 1:17.25 and 0 faults. Riders, please go change into your cross-country gear, and we will all meet at the start of Greendale Forest. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with our first rider for the cross-country this evening. Your first rider will be Arya Mistwood, riding Intuition, and on deck, Montana Ravensong, riding SSC Luminescence. Rider, you can begin whenever you're ready. That was Arya Mistwood, riding Intuition with a cross-country time of 3:10 and 0 faults. All right, your next rider on the cross-country will be Montana Ravensong, riding SSC's Luminescence, and on deck, Evelyn Holloway, riding King of Holloway. That was Montana Ravensong, riding SSC's Luminescence with a cross-country time of 3 minutes, 0 faults. Your next rider, Evelyn Holloway, riding King of Holloway, And on deck, Mary Bean riding MB locked and loaded. That was Evelyn Holloway riding King of Holloway with a cross-country time of 3:12.56 and 2.56 faults. Our final rider for this evening will be Mary Bean riding MB locked and loaded. Rider, you can begin whenever you're ready. That was Mary Bean riding MB locked and loaded with a cross-country time of 3:10 and 0 faults. Placings for JESF 2025 Eventing Finals are in 6th place, Evelyn Holloway riding King of Holloway. In 5th place, Montana Ravensong riding SSE's Luminescence. In 4th place, Royal White riding Early Morning Coffee. In 3rd place, Mary Bean riding MB locked and loaded. In 2nd place, Alexis Applecake riding AC Helicopter Joyride. And in 1st place, Arya Mistwood riding Intuition. So these are your final placings. So your 2025 JESF Eventing Finals champion will be Arya Mistwood, and your reserve champion is Alexis Applecake riding AC Helicopter Joyride. Well done, riders.
What a rush! Asrti did phenomenal today. I definitely came into today with a little more confidence after yesterday's dressage test. Having only 4.2 penalties really set us up well and gave us a bit of a cushion for show jumping across country. Show jumping we handled pretty well. My goal was to play it a little safe, not go for the fastest time, but the neatest lines and jumps to ensure we didn't knock any poles. We wrapped that up without getting any more penalties, so it was down to cross country. I'm not gonna lie, we had a bit of a sketchy time around jumps 6 and 7. I think we got a little close to the shelf edge and the ground felt a little unstable. Asrti had a tiny bit of a spook. It took a little bit of adjusting, but ever the professional, she recovered quickly and we managed to stay on course without a refusal or penalty. With cross country, your goal is to get as close to an optimal time as possible, without going over the time limit, going off course, or knocking any of the jumps. The optimal time for this course was 3 minutes and 10 seconds. In all of our practice runs, I aimed for between 3:08 and 3:09. Well, I think our little hiccup worked in our favor because we came in at exactly 3 minutes and 10 seconds. You can't ask for any better than that. I am beyond proud of our performance this weekend. We worked so hard this whole season and it's all come to fruition with us taking first. We're in the champion spot. I can't believe it. Well, I guess I can. Asrti is quite literally a champ and carried me through this entire season. Seriously, I can't thank Fawn Lake enough for allowing me to train and compete with her, and the Green Forest Inc. trainers who helped me get here. Well, I'm gonna go pick up our ribbons, take some photos to celebrate, and then get us all settled for the ride back to Fawn Lake. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with me. There's still a few more shows this season, including Dez's Mustang makeover reveal, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!